your chairmanship, and I'd like to thank my honourable friend for opening this debate on behalf of the Petitions Committee. It's a debate that's attracted a lot of interest in my South West Norfolk constituency. We care passionately about the environment, about climate and about animal welfare, and as has been observed already, we are an area with plenty of chickens and plenty of pigs. Frankly, they are our neighbours, acutely aware of their welfare. They're all around us in my constituency, so no wonder that so many residents have been in touch with me over the last year. Every year in the UK, over 7 million farmed animals are confined to cages for all or part of their lives. 20% of the UK's eggs are produced in these cages, and as has been observed, battery cages and enriched battery cages in which hens have around a space of A4 sheet of paper remain legal. In farrowing crates, sows are unable to turn around, nestle their piglets or express natural roosting or nest building behaviours. These restrictions lead to severe welfare problems for sows and piglets, and it's important to recognise that many of these crates and cages prevent key natural behaviours. Fortunately, all of the UK supermarkets have either already stopped selling eggs from caged hens or have committed to do so by the end of 2025. However, once these commitments are realised, it is estimated there will still be around 10% of the UK's hens remaining in cages.
On that
10%
point,
too many. Indeed.
I thank the honourable member for giving way. I just want to raise awareness of the RSPCA's Assured scheme, which now accounts for 55% of the UK's laying hens and 25% of its pigs. And does the honourable member agree with me that that demonstrates that there is ongoing and increasing public support for higher welfare meat and eggs, and even if the cost is slightly higher as a result?
I thank my honourable friend for that intervention, and I entirely agree, and it's through good work of organisations like the RSPCA that we can make greater awareness of these improved standards. As I've mentioned in this chamber recently, and as reported in The Guardian just last week, my Freedom of Information requests have found that industrial farms had broken environmental regulations nearly 7,000 times in the last 10 years, and that includes regulations in relation to animal welfare. For example, a farm was found to be stocking more than 400,000 animals instead of the permitted 357,000. The permitted amounts are already very high, so any increase over and above the permitted amount will cause further distress for animals. And given the numbers involved, I really do worry about routine overcrowding and a lack of regulation. And it's important to consider the implications of that intensity in relation to disease as well. And a new report from the National Audit Office, published only this month on animal resilience, revealed there are serious gaps in the UK's ability to respond to major animal disease outbreaks, including bird flu and foot and mouth, which have cost farmers and the government millions of pounds. We must recognise that human health and animal health are linked. We need to have a serious conversation about what sort of farming we want to pursue. And as the Minister will know, I grew up in Norfolk. I'm from Norfolk. I visit farms on a routine basis. And farmers are under increasing pressure from a whole range of factors: disease, profitability, climate change, drought and more. Most farmers I know in South West Norfolk care passionately about their animals, and they want to do all they can to improve animal welfare conditions. But as has been highlighted already, they need support with that transition. This fundamentally comes down to fairness about finances and fairness too about labelling. We had a debate here recently, and I think there's some really interesting points made about labelling and how fairness is at the heart of that to make the public can make informed choices. The NFU estimate that there is a cost of between £5,000 and £8,000 to replace the 60,000 conventional farrowing crates that are currently in use across the UK. This transition must be supported by the market and some sort of financial provision or incentive, either by infrastructure grants or via the supply chain, in order to make it viable for producers and not put businesses out of pig production. It is crucial that the transition is staged and well supported by both the government and devolved governments where relevant to support our farming communities. And once I have the opportunity to do so, may I pay tribute to the various animal welfare organisations campaigning on these issues and raising awareness, which is so important. And that includes the RSPCA, has been mentioned, but also World Animal Protection, Compassion in World Farming, and also the World Wildlife Fund. Thank you.